Hey kids, just because there's no Kings Island, it doesn't mean we can't be together. Come on up to Mr. Rob Susan's treehouse. Come on! Whee! You made it! Alright, check it out. Here we go. Let's climb in Mr. Rob Susan's tree house. Alright. How about this place right here? Does that look like a good place to sit? Alright. So today we're going to read from the Bible, Psalm 23. You might have even heard of it before. Let's read it. The Lord is my shepherd. He gives me everything I need. He lets me lie down in fields of green grass. He leads me beside quiet waters. He gives me new strength. He guides me in the right paths for the honor of his name. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid. You are with me. Your shepherd's rod and staff comfort me. You prepare a feast for me right in front of my enemies. You pour oil on my head. My cup runs over. I am sure that your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will live in the house of the Lord forever. Whoa, boys and girls, isn't that crazy? First of all, the person who wrote this psalm, Psalm 23, was David. And David was a shepherd. He took care of sheep. He lived with sheep all day long, keeping the wolves and the lions from attacking him. So David knew a lot about sheep, and he knew a lot about what it means to be a shepherd. So David was talking to God about how God is like our shepherd. Now, why would David think that we're like a sheep? One reason is sheep do one thing really good. They follow. They'll follow each other all around the fields. But what's even better is that sheep will follow a shepherd. And David knew that if sheep have a good shepherd, that good shepherd's going to lead those sheep everywhere that they need to go. And that's just how God is with us. God can lead us to the places where we need to be. Just like he said here, he gives me everything I need. He lets me lie down in fields of green grass. Sheep needs green grass to eat. That's where they get their food, from eating the grass. And then he says, he leads me beside quiet waters. Waters where the sheep can do what? Drink something. And sheep need water and food. And that's what the sheep need. And the shepherd, a good shepherd, knows where to lead his sheep so that they could get the food and the water they need. Next thing we're reading is that a shepherd gives new strength to the sheep. He knows how to get the sheep get good exercise and lead them in good places where they need to go. That's where they get their strength, from the grass and the water, right? Next thing it says is he guides us on the right path. There's a lot of dangerous paths for sheep to go on, boys and girls, and even you and me. There's a lot of dangerous paths that we can go on. But did you know God is our good shepherd, and he can lead us on a good path so that we'll be safe and taken care of? We need to follow our good shepherd. Next it says, even though I walk through the darkest valley. Sometimes we have things in our lives that's not very fun to do. Sometimes it's even scary. But did you know that if we're making God as our good shepherd, he's going to lead us through even the darkest valley so that we don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be scared. Why? Because our good shepherd is with us every step of the way. He loves us so much, he's going to protect us even when we're in the darkest valley. Even though we're in the darkest valley, I will not be afraid. Why? Because God's with me. And he's with you, boys and girls. You always remember that. You prepare a feast for me right in front of my enemies. You pour oil on my head, and my cup runs over. That just means God gives us everything we need, and sometimes even more than we need. He knows exactly what we need, and He gives it to us. Because why? Because we have a good shepherd that loves us so much. But here's the most wonderful thing about it. If we're letting Jesus be our good shepherd, leading us everywhere we need to go, leading us by still waters, and leading us by the green grass that we need to eat, protecting us even in darkest valleys, this is what happens. I'm sure that your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life. And check this out. And I will live in the house of the Lord forever. That means we're going to be living with God in heaven forever and ever if we make Jesus our shepherd. What do you think, boys and girls? Can you make Jesus your good shepherd? Later. It's time to go. All right. You can sit over in my chair. What's that? You don't want to go? Yeah, I know. I love being up in the treehouse too. But I gotta go. I'll tell you what. I'll see you here next time in Mr. Rob Susan's treehouse.